Empty Nest. She is 68. She did a whole lot of independent movies, too. Model Fabio. Model Fabio. He's 64. Didn't know Fabio was still around. Here's one that'll throw you. Singer Sananda Maitreya. You ever heard of him? Well, you probably know him as Terrence Trent D'Arby. Yeah, he's 63 today, and that's why he changed his name. Singer Brett Michaels of Poison is 62. Singer Rockwell is 61. He is Barry Gordy's son, I do believe. We have Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray. He's 57. He was in the Scooby-Doo movies. Bassist Mark Hoppus of Blink 182 and Plus 44. He's 53. Never heard of Plus 44. Ava Longoria, we heard of her. She was in Desperate Housewives and a whole bunch of other stuff. She's 50 today. Will I Am of a Black Eyed Peas. He's 50 years old today. And we have, who else? Kellen Lutz, the Legend of Hercules and the Twilight films. He's 40. Kellen is 40. Caitlin Walks of Profiler is all of 36. Those are the big shot birthdays. We got the local people coming up.
When you have a chance, check out the KXO website, KXORadio.com. Subscribe to the KXO YouTube channel and keep in tune with what's happening around the valley. And follow us on Facebook. All sorts of neat things pop up on our Facebook page.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Ashley Rodriguez, Nora Mesa, Amelia Green, Cecilia Ramos, Rick Santos Diaz Jr., Connie Duran, Tony Royer, Corinne Campos. We have Denise Wyatt, Eddie Sanchez, Fermin Estrada, Fideo Gomez, Gamalia Shelton, Jesse Morris, Lucia Ramirez, Lucy Rollins, Vero Montes, Luis J. Castro, Peyton Garcia, Luis Moreno Jr., and Maricela Moreno. Happy birthday to each and every one.
It's the 2025 California Mid-Winter Fair and Fiesta. When you visit the fair, make sure to look for the new location of the KXO broadcast booth. We're now under the grandstands. Say hi to your favorite on-air people. Register to win some great prizes. The KXO broadcast booth at the fair, brought to you by
Southwest Security, Southwest Postal Service, Rush Steel and Supply.
See you at the fair.
And again, as the gates open at 12 noon today and tomorrow, I think KXO booth will open up right along with the fair, both today and tomorrow. It's the last weekend, you know. It's time for the World California News headlines, brought to you by Imperial County Air Pollution Control District, delivering real-time updates about the air that you breathe. Okay, let's do this the opposite. We're going to do the California news first because the other one's not ready.
California headline news. The Senate voted to approve a stopgap funding bill that will keep the government running through September 30th, with California Senators Alex Padilla and Adam Schiff voting no. Schiff says he was a hard no.
This is a power giveaway to an executive already drunk with power. This would embolden the president to continue tearing down government services.
Parents and student athletes opposed to transgender girls competing on high school girls' sports teams voiced their concerns at a California Interscholastic Federation meeting. The student athlete at St. Francis High School wants fair competition.
I want to know that I'm facing with someone that's the same gender as me, that we have the same physical capabilities, that I'm not being beat by someone in a race that has more physical capabilities than me.
The suspect was arrested after threatening violence at Huntington Hospital in Pasadena last night. Mike Salceda, California Headline News.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
CBS News Brief, especially violent storms heading into the Mississippi Valley and Deep South, have left behind a path of destruction, including in Oklahoma, where this woman's home was destroyed.
Every Friday night, we sat down and had movie night on the couch. Kids reading to me every night for 30 minutes on the couch. Lots of great memories.
At the Kennedy Space Center in Florida yesterday.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
4 astronauts blasted into space on a 4-month-long mission. The capsule will be used to bring home 2 astronauts who've been stuck at the International Space Station. Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams are expected to return to Earth next week. The federal government is now funded through the end of September. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer defended his decision to vote for the Republican budget bill that does that.
In a shutdown, American families would be hurt in ways they almost have never been.
CBS News Brief. I'm Christopher Cruz.
And that is it. It's a World in California News headlines brought to you by Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org for real-time information about the air that you breathe.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And we are now ready for page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you at the El Centro Motors and the Raleigh Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive and at the Imperial Valley Mall. In the local news, Congress passed a continuing resolution Friday. That means the government is funded. That also means the NAFL Central Air Show is good to go. Without the continuing resolution, the air show would have been canceled, but it's not. It's going on. NAFL Central Air Show features the U.S. Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron, the Blue Angels, in their first show of the season. There will also be flight demonstrations by other military and civilian aircraft. The show features the Kid Zone, as well as many static displays. Gates open at 8:30 this morning, and admission and parking are free. Attendees over 18 must have a government-issued identification card to get on the base. That's a requirement. The Imperial Valley Healthcare District has approved the terms of a merger of the Pioneers Memorial Hospital and El Centro Regional Medical Center. At a Thursday night meeting, the IVHD Board of Directors accepted the terms approved by the El Centro City Council earlier in the week. The merger of the 2 Imperial Valley healthcare providers as set out in the form of Assembly Bill 895. Will proceed with a unified front. Imperial Valley Healthcare District will set up a mechanism to operate both hospitals and various specialty service clinics. The merger, which also includes the Heffernan Memorial Healthcare District, the hospital district, will now proceed with the completion of a county-wide district with a taxing authority to fund the operations. Unified healthcare system is expected to better meet the needs of the Imperial Valley residents, strengthen the medical workforce by being able to attract more physicians, expand specialty services, and create a sustainable healthcare system. We'll have more in just a minute.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for El Centro Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentromotors.net. El Centro Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
And El Centro Police seized a handgun from a convicted felon. Officers responded to the area of 4th and Olive early Friday morning after a report of a suspicious subject with a handgun. Suspect was located in the area of Main Street and the railroad tracks and told to comply with officers' commands and surrender. According to police, the suspect continued to display aggressive behavior and refused to comply with the commands. Non-lethal force was deployed and the suspect was detained. A loaded Glock-style ghost gun with several loaded high-capacity magazines were located. Suspect, a convicted felon, was arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail on several charges. The General Services Administration, at the direction of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, has begun notifying landlords that they will be terminating hundreds of leases nationwide for offices and buildings for federal agencies. On the list of potential closures is the Internal Revenue Service office in El Centro. The recently released list of closures shows that the El Centro IRS lease is expected to be canceled in August of this year. At this point, no other Imperial County buildings or offices are on the DOGE list. That's it. That's page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And we are now ready for page 2 of the local news and the local weather, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, Saturday, Monday through Friday, and happy hour, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Every day. In the newsroom, the 6 Democratic physicians serving in the U.S. House of Representatives have launched a new caucus. A Congressional Doctors Caucus is dedicated to providing fellow members with insights on critical health issues. Representatives Dr. Raul Ruiz said he's excited to launch the Doctors Caucus that will fight for quality, affordable health care for American families. As doctors, he said, they understand the pain and suffering that people endure for not having access to care. He said they will work to ensure that every American has the health care that they need. Ruiz is an emergency medicine physician. Other physician members of the caucus include Amy Berra from California, Herb Conaway Jr. from New Jersey, Maxine Dexter from Oregon, Kelly Morrison from Minnesota, and Kim Schreier from Washington. Today starts the third and final weekend of the fair. Actually, it started yesterday, as there's got a lot going on this weekend. California Midwinter Fair wraps up this weekend. Probably the best weather for the entire run of the fair is expected this weekend. Highlights this weekend are animal auctions and car racing. Auctions started yesterday evening and continue this morning at 8 a.m. in the Beef Arena. They will be held at the Beef Arena tonight and tomorrow. Also, the CRA sprint cars and the USAC midgets will be on the track in front of the grandstands. They also started last night. There's a fee separate from the admission ticket to see the races. They will light up the track at 5:30 tonight. and they were running at 7 o'clock last night and at 5:30 tonight races, midgets and the sprint cars. Sunday will be more racing. The Heritage Stock Car Racing starts at 1 p.m. Sunday on the track in front of the grandstands. Throughout the weekend, there will also be Kxo Racing Pigs. They'll be racing all the time. They'll be racing at the main entrance at various times throughout the weekend. And the Naval Air Facility show is set. It's all gone, and we just went over that. It's a go for 8:30 this morning. The gates will open, and you will see an air show, a fantastic show. Kxo police have responded to a reported prowler and arrested a 33-year-old convicted felon. A suspect, Edwin Pantoja of Kxo, was caught on surveillance video while prowling around in the front of a home. Officers were able to quickly locate the suspect and take him into custody. Pantoja, a convicted felon on active probation, was booked into Imperial County Jail on a variety of charges, including violating his probation. The weather. We're going to take a look at the weather in just a minute.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For March specials, enjoy our drink of the month, the Irish Gold, or an ice-cold Guinness on tap. Our plate of the month for March is chicken poblano pasta. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
The high temperature yesterday, 67 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 53. Wind gusts overnight up to 29 miles per hour. National Weather Service says drier conditions and a warming trend will follow through Monday before another mostly dry system passes through late Monday through Tuesday. Warming trend will recommence following the Tuesday system, as will drying conditions, with the return of 80-degree and higher temperatures during the latter half of next week. Weather forecast calling for sunny skies today. Highs right near 74. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight. Overnight lows around 49. Northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly sunny skies Sunday. Highs right near 80. Winds will be calm. Mostly cloudy skies Sunday night. Overnight lows around 55. Monday, mostly sunny skies, highs right near 84, breezy with a west wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour at times. And we may be a little breezy today and tomorrow, but it shouldn't be strong enough to shut anything down. 51 degrees right now at the county airport, 56% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality has not changed all morning long. Your local news, page 2 of the local news, and the weather brought to you by Burgers & Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family or meet your friends at Burgers & Beer.
Tuning into the baseball game, monitoring the incoming storm, catching your favorite talk show. These are just a few of the reasons more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio each month. And did you know AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping us safe in dangerous times? It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And we are now ready for a Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. The Dodgers, preseason baseball, they are in Japan, going through what they call a Japanese series, playing local Japanese teams for the preseason. They will stay in Japan to open the season against the Chicago Cubs. Japanese star Shohei Ohtani showed off some prodigious power in his return to the Tokyo Dome last night, and an exhibition game against the Giants, the Japanese Giants. A 3-time MVP belted a long 2-run homer to right field in the third inning to give the Dodgers a 4-0 lead, setting off a roar from the roughly 42,000 fans in attendance. A lot of people turning out to see Shohei. Hey, you come back home. Showing off before the home folk. As the NBA scoreboard, it was the Celtics over the Heat, 103 to 91. Pacers got by the 76ers, 112 to 100. Clippers beat the Hawks, 121 to 98. Rockets over the Maverick. It's 133-96. Cavaliers beat the Grizzlies 133-124. The Timberwolves got by the Magic 118-111. Hornets defeated the Spurs 145-134. It was the Nuggets. They beat the Lakers 131-126. Lakers in a bit of a losing streak. The Raptors beat the Jazz 126-118. Suns defeated the Kings by a score of 122-106. We'll have more in just a minute.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And on the National Hockey League scoreboard, the Hurricanes got by the Red Wings 4-2. Oilers and the Islanders went into overtime. Oilers won the game 2-1. Jets beat the Stars 4-1. It was the Avalanche over the Flames 4-2. Ducks beat the Predators 2-1. And the Kraken got back at Utah Hockey Club, beat them 4-2. In the world of tennis, Mira Andreeva, a 17-year-old, she upset Iga Swiatek to reach the Indian Wells final for women. Sabalenka, she routed fifth-seeded Madison Keys, the American, in the second semifinal. She will go against Ariva in the women's finals. Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah, he's Alcaraz. He's in the men's final again. He's a defending champion. Min Woo Lee, Akshay Bhatia, they lead after a second round of the players turning to golf. The crowd assembled around a famous 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass stood in unison. Justin Thomas had just hit 18 foot hit it to 18 feet of the island green, a satisfactory result, but it was what he had crafted in the previous 16 holes that had fans clamoring his name. After starting his second round at 6 over, tied at 134th place and 12 shots behind the leader, Thomas had turned TPC Sawgrass into his playground, pouring in 10 birdies over 16 holes, shooting up the leaderboard of the Players' Championship. The putt on the 17th had just enough speed to trickle in and give Thomas his 11th birdie of the day, a tournament record. His lone bogey on 18 did not distract from the round of the day, 62, that tied the course record shot by Tom Hogue in 2023. And it gave Thomas a whopping 16-shot difference between Thursday and Friday. Made up a whole lot of ground. Scotty Scheffler laments missed chances. He didn't do so well at round 2 of the players. And 49ers have brought back FB Kyle Juszczyk. He got a new 2-year contract with the 49ers, a team that he had just left not too long ago. Former Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp agreed to terms on a contract with the Seattle Seahawks, according to the team. The deal is for 3 years, worth $45 million, and it takes Cooper Kupp to his home state. That's where he's from. That's it. That's a look at sports. Sports brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, the hospital. Pioneers Memorial Hospital. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers and what its actual name is now.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
And we are now ready for the financial news and weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company that protects you, your home, business, or construction site 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. The stock market yesterday, Dow and S&P 500 soared. NASDAQ rebounded in its best day since November to cap a volatile week. U.S. stocks bounced back sharply Friday to cap the volatile week on Wall Street as the risk of a government shutdown eased while investors stayed on watch for the next move in an escalating trade war. S&P 500 climbed more than 2.1%. It was the NASDAQ composite. They jumped over 2.6% as tech stocks soared, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average moved up more than 600 points, or 1.6%. So everything just kind of turned around the way it had been going. We're going to got your weather coming up.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
And mostly sunny skies expected throughout the weekend. High temperatures are right around 74, both today and tomorrow. Monday, the highs should hit at around 84 degrees. Get warming up a bit. Just breeze, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour at times. Right now, we're looking at 51 degrees, 56% the relative humidity. Your news has been brought to you by the financial news and weather, brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal Service, the only postal box service offering 24-hour-a-day, 365-day-a-year service. Southwest Postal at 4th and Heil in El Centro. It's 8 o'clock at KXO El Centro.
Situation, so everybody just needs to stay out of the area. Vehicles cannot get through here at all.
CBS's Jennifer Kuiper with more.
Several suspected tornadoes are reported in Missouri. Texas officials say 3 people have been killed in vehicle crashes in a dust storm in the state's panhandle, and nearly 150 fires have been reported in Oklahoma. And State Patrol posted on social media that winds toppled several tractor trailers.
The National Weather Service says numerous tornadoes are expected this afternoon and into the early evening. Now to Washington, D.C., where President Trump addressed the Justice Department, an agency that he has attacked repeatedly. CBS's Scott McFarland reports he criticized judges, prosecutors, and others who have been involved in criminal investigations of him.
Among those in the front row for Trump's remarks, his newly appointed and confirmed top brass at the Department of Justice, the FBI Director, Kash Patel, and the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, who at one point was Trump's defense lawyer in his Manhattan hush money case.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill avoided a government shutdown. CBS's Willie James Inman.
On his way to his Florida residence, President Trump thanked Leader Schumer.
And I appreciate Senator Schumer, and I think he did the right thing.
Now, the president is expected to sign the legislation once he receives it, but this bill only funds the government until the end of September, and then we could potentially see another shutdown fight.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, addressing a virtual summit, says Russian President Putin must stop his attacks on Ukraine if he's serious about peace. The BBC's Rob Watson.
He's got several goals. So the first one is to try and get concrete commitments to a peacekeeping force. Secondly, to keep up the pressure on Russia in terms of sanctions. Thirdly, to keep up support, of course, for Ukraine militarily. And I think to send a message to President Trump from the Europeans that they are immensely wary of President Putin and that President Trump should be similarly wary.
SpaceX and NASA got that flight off last night to head of the ISS, but Derek Pitts at the Franklin Institute says there's more at stake.
The work that's being done is enabling astronauts to prepare for, as well as developing the engineering that's going to be necessary to get us back to the surface of the moon, and eventually it's off to Mars as well.
2 NASA astronauts who have been stranded at the ISS for more than 9 months are set to catch that ride home. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
It's time for a huge annual color change in Chicago.
Sure, there's corned beef and cabbage and Chicago's Irish pipe band, the Shannon Rovers, who have about 225 engagements over the season. And as band manager Marty McAndrew explains,
and most of them are concentrated over the next 4 days. So it starts off with the river dying.
What did he say?
So it starts off with the river dying.
Because the Chicago River apparently isn't green enough for St. Patrick's Day. So the Plumbers Union Local 130 dumps plant-based dye that is orange into the water over some 45 minutes, and it turns a super bright green on contact with the river. It draws a huge crowd. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News, Chicago.
Here's yet another way to get your egg fix among spiking prices. A vegan egg company in the Bay Area says its product is flying off the shelves. Just Egg says demand for the vegan egg substitute is growing 5 times faster than demand for shell eggs. In Cali, a dozen eggs, $10. Allison Keys, CBS News.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Spartans, do you need free clothes or supplies for school, going out, or in general? Well, you're in luck because Central Union High School has Closet X.
Closet X is a retail store run by our students that provides free clothing, shoes, accessories, and school supplies and toiletries to all Central Union High School students. And now, Closet X is accepting donations from the public. If you would like to donate, all you need to do is bring your carefully worn clothes, new toiletries, and school supplies to the Guard Shack at CUHS entrance on 10th Street between 8 in the morning and 3:30 in the afternoon.
Closet X will be open to students on minimum Wednesday afternoons between 1:30 to 3:30. Closet X is located in what was the Parent Center room on 10th Street, just south of the Guard Shack entrance. For more information, please contact Miss Adrienne Rodriguez, Assistant Principal at Central Union High School at 760-336-4306.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with George Gale.
The sweet guy.
He's a genius guy, not so pretty, but awfully sweet. AM 1230.
Oh, I'm glad you're here because I want you to hear this.
KXO.
1230 KXO.